Hi, this is Gail Fry, and this is Module 12, Case Study, EDL 851. To summarize the case study, what, when, and who, the principal is working on evaluations and is concerned about one of his teachers, Mrs. Stevens. He's visited her in her room, and the students do not seem to be motivated or have respect for their teacher. She's lectured a lot, had little student participation. When confronted about this, Mrs. Stevens was very defensive and she didn't take any blame. After one last evaluation by the principal to complete the final evaluation, the principal just decided that he was not going to renew her contract. He met with her and let her know this, and she became very angry and blamed the lack of supervision and ideas for her as the reason she's struggling. She also stated that she would not go without a fight and that she would take this issue to court. Legal and ethical issues. The teacher is very upset and feels as though she is not being treated fairly. The principal is upset because the teacher is not listening to the actionable feedback about the classroom improvement. The principal is following evaluation guidelines, and the teacher does have the right to disagree and take legal action if she feels she's being treated unfairly. I didn't see any breach of contract or harassment in this scenario. I did, however, look up some of our Wichita Public School District legal issues, rules that we have on the in our handbook, and one of them stated that the teacher could have representation as she went into the meeting, and that she needed to be told within 4 hours in advance before that. And if she was meeting with the actual district members, then it would have been 12 hours in advance, but she could also have representatives with her in that meeting. And then the last thing was that if there is any legal action taken, she can request assistance in the preparation of her defense. Synthesize. Well, what has happened? A principal has observed a teacher for evaluation and gathered that information showing the teacher is not providing student success. While the teacher feels the lack of student success is due to administration not implementing supervision ideas for the teacher. Facts. People involved, the principal and Mrs. Stevens. Place, the scenario is taking place in a school. However, specifics for the grade level and then whether it was suburban or rural, they were not available. Program, this appears to be a regular ed classroom. The evaluation system is unknown, just that it is a teacher evaluation. For Wichita Public Schools, our district is Marzano that we use for the evaluations. Review and prioritize. Let's see. To review and prioritize, the situation could be damaging to stakeholders, the school community, because a good teacher could be let go. The school as a whole could be affected by the loss of Mrs. Stevens, other teachers, students, and stakeholders. Not all stakeholders are made aware of the situation, because with teacher evaluations, those are confidential, they're private. Only the administrator, the teacher, and the district have right to see that. And then there's much more to learn about this situation, how long Mrs. Stevens worked at the school, concerns prior to this, were there any more concerns other than this? So I think I can make a decision based off the information that I have currently. And the options and consequences. So option 1, no action, no change. Option 2, give Mrs. Stevens support and improvement ideas prior to another evaluation. And then, of course, the consequence could be that she may not make necessary improvements even with that support. Option 3, let Ms. Stevens know she has 30 days to make improvements without giving ideas. The support or ideas or support, the consequence could be no change because no support or ideas given. And then option 4, don't renew her contract. And I mean, the district could lose a great teacher because of that. Evaluate the options. Pros and cons. Option 1, Mrs. Stevens gets to keep her job. The con, no changes for student success. Option 2, Mrs. Stevens would be given time to improve with ideas and support. The con, Mrs. Stevens may not make the necessary changes even with support and ideas. Option 3, Mrs. Stevens is given time to make improvements. The con, no ideas or support are given, so most likely no improvements will be made. And then option 4, the principal gets rid of a teacher that he doesn't feel is doing a good job. No attempt to help the teacher improve means losing a teacher that may have been a great teacher and an asset to the school and the district. What option did I choose? Well, I chose the best option I thought was the best option, which was option 2. And I chose it because it lets the teacher have more time to improve on her implementation of lessons, to improve student success while getting support and ideas and guidance from administration. I think it's the best option because a valued teacher gets to keep her job and feel supported by administration, but it also helps other staff see that the administration is willing to support them if needed. And it promotes an overall positive culture throughout the school. It promotes school improvement and allows for student success. Implement the decision. Step 1, I would meet with Mrs. Stevens and her mentor and come up with ideas for engaging students as well as resources and let her know that I support her. Step 2, meet with Mrs. Stevens on a weekly basis and observe weekly as well. Make her aware of observations and be supportive of those. Step 3, look for changes, improvements, and willingness. If seeing improvement and willingness continue to support and give ideas, praise Mrs. Stevens on her improvements. If not, we have to move to step 4. And so step 4, if Ms. Stevens does not want to make improvements, she doesn't take suggestions, she's not willing to change, even with that support and ideas from administration, then they're going to need to look at not renewing her contract, unfortunately. Okay, so I did use one reference, and I did use Wichita Public Schools because I wanted to look at what their policies were on this. So that was my one reference. And that completes my presentation. Thank you.